Hello, I'm Shaun, Occupational Therapist, and I work for a company called Theraposture. In this short video, I'm going to be discussing bed transfers and the difficulty around bed transfers. Now, as an OT, having worked in the community for many years, it's a real common problem seen, and indeed a frustration being experienced by many clients that have difficulty while trying to get into bed, which in many instances is caused by not being able to lift legs from the floor to the height of the mattress. Now, being able to get into bed has many benefits. It can aid circulation, reduce fluid retention, and of course, getting a good night's sleep promotes good sleep hygiene. It's recommended that an adult should have an average of 7 to 8 hours sleep. And when this is achieved, it has huge positive benefits related to mood, function, and general well-being. Now, not being able to get into bed can implicate a far wider demographic, such as partners, spouses, siblings, or indeed domiciliary carers, all of which must consider safe moving and handling to eliminate risk of harm or injury to the client and the carer. Now, back care being the most prominent risk to consider, but above all, it strips an individual of their independence to become reliant on support. Now, it's inbuilt within our nature to help others, and it's only natural to be there to give support if needed. And when the task of getting into bed becomes derailed, a quick lift can initially rectify the problem, which over time can gain momentum and indeed end up affecting both individuals, as one has reduced levels of independence and the other could have instigated long-term damage such as back pain. Now, fundamentally, the issue of not being able to get legs into bed in most instances result of different pathologies such as edematous legs, reduced muscle tone, lateral or bilateral weakness in both upper or lower limbs, poor trunk control, sitting balance, and a disruption in neurological motor function, all of which can make transferring out of bed equally as difficult. Now, one thing to consider, which can very often be overlooked and has a significant impact on getting in and out of bed, is the height of a mattress. Now, an optimal height of a mattress is with knees, ankles, and hips being around 90 degrees. Any greater angle than this can make it more difficult to lift legs up from the bed because you're working against gravity. It's a higher distance that the legs have then got to come up. And a mattress being too high can also put the user at being at risk when getting out of bed. They're more likely to slip down onto the floor. Now, a low mattress, so ankles, knees, and hips at less than 90 degrees, can also affect you when getting out of bed. It becomes more difficult as your body has a greater distance to travel when lifting your body from a sit to stand. Now, one simple thing that can be by the side of a bed or put underneath is a bed rail, bed lever, fitted adjacent to the pillow, gives a good firm handhold, can just assist that, shifting the body weight to get up or out of bed. A variable height and profiling bed also can give that support and assistance, because quite often clients have that difficulty when they're in that lying position, getting the upper body to raise up. So if you can get something with the backrest that's going to come up the head end, it just gives that little bit of assistance. Or indeed looking at a slightly different way to transfer out of bed. Sometimes if people have got reduced core strength, getting that upper body up to get out can be more difficult. So sometimes people go onto their side and then use gravity with their legs on the edge of the bed, drop down the side of the mattress onto the floor. It then pivots the upper half of the body in order to make a lying to sitting transfer easier. So something to consider, maybe education around how actually somebody is getting up out of bed. Obviously, a variable height function on a bed is going to assist as well, because if you're sitting on the edge of the bed, you just need that little bit of support to get from the sit-in to a standing position. Then a variable height, something that's going to raise the whole bed up just to assist. Mattress density, again, is something to consider, because if if someone is having the repositioning difficulties, if you've got a soft mattress, then the effort that is being given to assist transfer both in and out of bed is being absorbed and lost into a mattress. So something with a higher density means that all that force isn't being lost into a mattress and is actually assisting that body, that transfer. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different things that can be looked into as to what makes bed transfers difficult. But obviously, just looking at some of the basics and giving that education and around looking at heights of mattresses, heights of beds, is a really good place to start, and hopefully can assist the clients to aid their transfers and be more independent with both getting in and out of bed. Well, I hope this has been useful. Thank you very much.